The banks are hoping you never see this. So let me say this loud and clear. Banks are not your friend. While you're out here jumping through hoops, praying for approval, they're sitting back collecting interest on your desperation. But here's the kicker. There are funding methods available that don't require a single meeting, a credit check, or a gatekeeper in a suit. And that's what the banks hope you never learn. Why? Because once you know how to play the game without them, you become dangerous. And in this video, I'm showing you exactly how to do it. See, my business partner has spent over 15 years working inside the financial industry. He's seen the internal memos, sat in the strategy meetings, and watched executives make decisions that directly impact whether you get funded or not. And what he showed me, it changed everything I thought I knew about business funding. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why traditional banks have zero incentive to help you get funded fast. And more importantly, you're going to learn what they're hiding from you. Let's dive in. Welcome back to the Funding Insider Show. If you're new here, I'm Chris. I'm a decorated military officer, top-rated professor at the University of Colorado, and I've built 2 7-figure businesses over the past 25 years. But despite all that success, I was denied by traditional banks over and over again when I needed funding for my business. And I couldn't figure out why. I thought it was me. I thought I was doing something wrong. Until my business partner, who spent 15 years inside the banking system, pulled back the curtain and showed me what was really happening. Today, I'm going to share those insider secrets with you. Because once you understand why banks operate the way they do, you'll stop wasting your time with them and start using methods that actually work. So let's answer the question. Why don't banks want you to know these methods? All right, reason number 1. And this is the big one that most people don't understand. Banks are businesses. They exist to make money for their shareholders. That's not evil. That's just reality. But here's what my partner showed me. The profit margin on a $50,000 small business loan is tiny compared to a $5 million corporate loan. Think about it. The bank has to do roughly the same amount of work for both loans. Run credit checks, review financials, assess risk, process paperwork, and service the loan. But on a $5 million loan, they're making exponentially more money in interest and fees. So when a bank has limited resources, limited loan officers, limited time, limited capital to lend, where do you think they're going to focus their attention? On the $5 million corporate loan? Every single time. This is exactly what happened to me. I went to my bank, the same bank I'd been with for over a decade, and I asked for $80,000 to expand my business, which was doing around $1.5 million a year. They told me I needed more documentation, more time in business, better financials. Meanwhile, I watched them approve a $2 million loan for a local corporation in less than 2 weeks. It wasn't about my qualifications. It was about their profit margins. Now, the methods we teach, they bypass this entire problem. Because we're not trying to convince a bank that you're profitable enough for them. We're accessing funding sources that want to work with small business owners and consumers. My partner knows exactly which lenders specialize in small business and consumer funding. Lenders who make their money on volume, not on massive corporate loans. That's why I got $45,000 in 4 business days using our method. Because we went to lenders who actually wanted my business. Banks don't want you to know this because if every small business owner figured it out, they'd lose control of the market. Reason number 2, and this one is going to make you angry. Banks make money when you get denied. Here's how. Every time you apply for a loan, they do a hard credit pull. That hard pull costs you points on your credit score. And when your credit score drops, what happens? You become a higher risk borrower, which means if you do eventually get approved somewhere, you're going to pay a higher interest rate. And guess who benefits from higher interest rates? The banks. It's a cycle. You apply for a loan, they do a hard pull, your credit drops, you get denied. You apply somewhere else, another hard pull, your credit drops more. Eventually, you're desperate enough to accept a high interest loan, and the banks make more money. This happened to me. After 3 bank denials, my credit score had dropped 40 points. And when I finally found a lender willing to work with me, they wanted to charge me 22.7% interest. 22% for a business loan. My partner told me something that blew my mind. He said, the banks know exactly what they're doing. The hard pull isn't necessary for pre-qualification. They could use a soft pull, but they don't. Why? Because the hard pull protects them. It makes you a riskier borrower, which justifies higher rates and more denials. That's why our method uses a soft pull only. Zero impact on your credit score. Because we're not trying to trap you in a cycle that benefits the bank. We're trying to get you funded. Banks don't want you to know that soft pulls exist because it removes one of their biggest profit levers. Reason number 3, they control the timeline, and time is money. The average SBA loan takes 30 to 90 days. Some take even longer. Why is that? Is it really that complicated to review your application? No. My partner explained it to me like this. The longer they take, the more desperate you become. And desperate borrowers accept worse terms. Think about it. If you need funding for a time-sensitive opportunity, and the bank takes 60 days to get back to you, what happens? Well, either the opportunity passes and you don't need the loan anymore, which is fine for the bank because they weren't making much money on you anyway, or you become so desperate that when they finally offer you the loan, you'll accept whatever terms they give you. Higher interest, more fees, stricter covenants. I had an opportunity to partner with another company on a major real estate land contract, but I needed $75,000 to cover my share of the upfront cost. The upside was incredible. We were going to be leasing land to places like Super Target and Costco and major gas station chains. So I applied for an SBA loan, spent 4 hours filling out the application, submitted everything they asked for. 6 weeks later, they came back and said they needed more documentation. Another 2 weeks. Now, by the time they finally got back to me, 8 weeks in total, the opportunity was gone. My potential partner had moved on. And you know what the bank said? Sorry, we can't approve you without proof that the contract is still active. They wasted 8 weeks of my time, cost me a 7-figure opportunity, and then denied me anyway. Our method gets you funded in 9 business days, not 90, because we work with lenders who understand that speed matters. I got $45,000 in 4 days, less than a week, and it only took me 7 minutes of actual work. Banks don't want you to know that fast funding exists because the timeline is one of their biggest control mechanisms. And here's the 4th reason. This one's more subtle, but it's probably the most important. Banks want you to believe that they're your only option. That if you can't get approved by a traditional bank, you can't get funded at all. Why? Because dependency equals control. If you believe the bank is your only option, you'll do whatever they tell you to do. Wait 90 days? Okay. Provide endless documentation? Sure. Accept a 22% interest rate? Fine. Put up your house or your business's collateral? If that's what it takes. I actually had a lender tell me they'd give me the loan I wanted if I gave them all my crypto as collateral. Yeah, that wasn't happening. You'll jump through every hoop because you think you have no other choice. But here's what my partner showed me. There are hundreds of alternative lenders out there, boutique lenders who specialize in small business funding, lenders who can move fast, who don't require collateral, and who use soft pulls. The banks know these lenders exist, but they don't want you to know, because the moment you realize you have options, you stop accepting their terrible terms. When I finally used our 2-phase funding method and got $45,000 in 4 days, I realized something. The banks didn't have power over me. I just thought they did. And that's what we're doing with this channel. We're showing small business owners and consumers that you have options. You don't have to wait 90 days. You don't have to damage your credit. You don't have to put up collateral. There's a better way, and banks absolutely do not want you to know about it. So let me bring this all together. Why don't banks want you to know these methods? 1, you're not profitable enough for them. They'd rather focus on big corporate loans. 2, they profit from your denials. Hard credit pulls and desperate borrowers mean higher interest rates. 3, they control the timeline. The longer you wait, the more desperate you become. The worse terms you'll accept. 4, they want you dependent on them. If you think they're your only option, they have all the power. But here's the thing. Once you understand this, you can't unsee it. You start to realize that the traditional banking system isn't broken, it's working exactly as designed. It's just not designed for you. That's why my partner and I started the Funding Insider Show, to educate business owners and consumers on how the money game really works. And it's why we started Turning Point Funding, to get business owners and consumers funded fast without all the headache and all the denials. After 15 years inside the system, my business partner got tired of watching good business owners and hardworking everyday people get rejected by a system that was never built for them. And after being denied over and over myself, despite building 2 7-figure businesses, I knew we had to do something different. So we built a new system, one that actually works for small business owners and for consumers. Now you're probably wondering, okay, so what's the alternative? What are these methods you keep talking about? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to break down in my next video. I'm going to show you our 2-phase funding method that gets small business owners $50,000 to $250,000 plus in 9 business days or less. It's the same method I used to get $45,000 in 4 days with a high debt to income ratio. And it's the same method we've used to help thousands of clients access over $250 million in funding. I'm going to walk you through phase 1, how to access personal term loans without a hard credit pull. In phase 2, how to stack business credit cards for 0% interest for 12 to 18 months. Why this method gets you 2 to 3 times more funding than traditional banks, and how you can do this even if your business is literally 1 day old. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel so you don't miss it. But if you don't want to wait for the video and you want to see how much funding you qualify for right now, I've got something for you. For a limited time, we are offering our $99 max funding analysis for free. It takes about 5 minutes to complete, and it will show you exactly how much funding you can access using our 2-phase method. It's a soft pull, so there's 0 impact on your credit score. And when you complete it, you'll also get access to 4 free bonuses worth $897, including a one-on-one strategy call with our team. The link is in the description below, so make sure to check it out. And if this video opened your eyes to how the banking system really works, do me a favor. Hit that like button. It helps us reach more business owners who need to hear our message. Also, drop a comment below and let me know, have you ever been denied funding? And I'm also curious to know, if you were, what reason did they give you? I read every single comment, and I'd love to hear your story. And make sure you're subscribed to this channel. We're dropping new videos twice a week and insider knowledge that you're not going to get anywhere else. My partner's 15 years as an insider of the banker's money game and my 25 plus years of business building advice, all distilled into practical strategies that you can use to get funded fast. Look, I know what it's like to feel like the system is rigged against you. I've been there. I've been denied by banks that I've been loyal to for years. But once you understand how the system really works, you can stop playing their game and start playing yours. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.